This is evaluation 7 of Matt Charney and Anoop's media coursework. In evaluation 7 we're going to go through our media prelim, and then we're going to compare and contrast to our actual thriller and say how we've improved and say how we've done things better to make our thriller more effective and more to entice the audience to view more. This is the first part of our thriller, of our prelim.
Basically, here the camera's all like quite wobbly, and it don't actually look that professional.
The cut there was really bad as well. It didn't look fluent.
If you pause it here,
that was a match on action. It was going to be a match on action cut, but because this was our first time in filming and editing, I pulled the handle down really slow, and you could tell when you're watching that I did that. It wouldn't be
as professional
realistic.
as it would be. Like the acting's not correct, and like it's very unprofessional. Like the camera here is still wobbly as well.
The camera's still wobbly, and the editing's very jumpy as well.
Yeah. This pan here, the pan. Hold it. The pan actually was really wobbly. It didn't flow through the whole thing. It didn't flow. It jumped about. It was all wobbly.
This was because before we started to film, we didn't loosen the tripod, the panning part of the tripod enough. So when we went to pan, it was really stiff and it made it all jumpy. Also here, we didn't realise, but when we were filming, someone was there and they jumped in front of the camera by accident. That looks unprofessional, and
it just looks stupid. It don't actually look that good, to be honest.
Again, the camera's wobbly.
Again, the actual editing of it's not crisp enough, like how it should flow.
Here we tried to do an over-the-shoulder shot of Charlie, but because we were naive and didn't know that much about how to film, we've only got Charlie's hair there, as you can see. Also, there's too much of the door. We don't need to see the door here. Nothing's happening in that part of the set of the frame, so there is not necessary to have that. It's bad composition as well. I'm not in the centre, Charlie's not in the centre, the audience will be sitting there thinking what's happening.
Like throughout our prelim, our cinematography was pretty bad, and like the editing as well.
Again here the editing's really jumpy. This was where we were just new to editing and cutting and just everything. I actually quite liked that shot because it showed both characters taking stuff at the same time. It was sort of a close-up. It was good because the audience can see what is actually happening, and so they didn't just think, oh, it's an immature little drug deal. They knew what was happening. They didn't, and so they just didn't think like, what's going on here.
Yeah. Also, the acting of both characters in the prelim, it actually looks like a sixth form video.
Yeah.
It don't look professional, and that zoom at the end, that is ridiculous. It's quite stupid, to be honest.
Yeah. Now compared to our actual thriller, at the start this has nothing to do with our actual thriller, it's just a little memory of one of our friends.
Basically, the first few shots that you just see, they're all like action shots of me running through the field into the house. Like, we use different shots to make it more interesting for the audience. Apart from like comparing back to our prelim, it's just one person walking down the corridor. This
shot, although it's still quite wobbly, we did that on purpose, so it was the viewpoint of Charlie, who you'll be able to see there with the hood up and the knife. So he's watching Anoop run. We thought that would be quite effective because it gives another point of view. Like,
instead of just getting one shot, we thought we'd get like loads of different shots.
The editing here is a lot sharper, it's more fluent, it looks better.
Where I edited it, I had to practice around with like different videos just to see.
This is another sort of shot that we used. We used a point of view shot from Anoop looking around the room. Although we didn't have a steady cam or anything like that, I think we pulled it off quite well.
To be honest, it actually does look pretty good. Like, it looks like my eyesight and like what I'd see.
What he's seeing. Again, with the prelim there was no music, and just here you can start to hear the music that we put in the background which like catches the audience
It
attention.
gives it a lot more tension for the whole
and suspense.
Yeah. Also, the acting of like the characters are a whole lot better. We thought we'd change the characters so it'd make it more interesting. Also, here I added a green filter to it, so I changed the colour contrast of it to a bit more greener to add a CCTV effect. Also, sped the whole clip up a bit by 150% just to make it more like so it didn't drag on. Like, I made it so it was quicker, so it'd actually be believable for the audience.
To do this shot, Charlie had to stand with a tripod up against him. Although it would have made it wobbly, he pulled it off quite well, and you can't tell that it's wobbly.
It looks professional.
And because it's sped up, every wobble is sort of counterbalanced.
Like it's absorbed into the actual thing, so it actually contrasts it to make it look better.
Yeah.
Like I said, the editing is just so much better. Like where I had to practice around for it.
Also, the composition of the character in the frame is so much better. You can see it a lot more. In this, we didn't want Anoop's face. We just wanted to see the weapon and there's fake blood on the wall, as you can see there, and stuff like that. The editing and the fade to black there was also a lot more professional.
Like the music's more like enticing and it just adds the whole effect. We also used that shot there, we added like another CCTV just to make it spook it up a bit.
Yeah.
This bit of editing, I love this bit. Basically it's so crisp and precise that it makes it a whole lot better.
That's an over the shoulder shot of Charlie. As you can see, he's got his whole shoulder there, not just a tiny bit of his hair. Each shot we did to improve it, we changed the composition, we changed everything. We've also used iconography, so their props, their costumes is different to match the characters. We've used knives, we've used pills to just link into the whole
Also
film.
the hood's an actual prop itself, like change of character, and then it ends.
And as well, there's title sequence, and there's the name of the thriller as well. Thanks for watching.